Yo guys, welcome back to the Blue Podcast with me, Tom and Ben. How you doing, mate?
Good, thanks.
And we today have got a special guest, his lovely sister. How you doing?
Hi, I'm good, thank you.
Welcome to the Blue Podcast. First sister on the podcast. How's it feel?
I feel very privileged. Can you tell that we're siblings? Hang on 1 second. Let me do this.
Yeah.
We could take a well.
For anyone listening on Spotify, Ben and his sister look identical. Ben's just got a beard. That's the difference. That's probably why he has the beard as well, just so he can distinguish you.
Distinction between the two.
We have been mistaken for each other sometimes. I used to have quite a short hair, so yeah.
Yeah, in photos, sometimes we're mistaken. But
why do you sound so depressed when you said that?
I know.
It's not what you want. Nah, I'm not that bothered. I'm not.
What do you think I feel? I get mistaken for a man.
Well, no, I thought you get. That's one of the things you get told, that you're.
Yeah, I do.
You can do both boys and girls. What was it? What do you call
Androgynous.
it? Androgynous. That's like they say in the acting industry.
Yeah.
So.
But anyway.
Yeah. So,
it's going well then so far. But I just want to say thank you for 600 subscribers. I think we hit it last night, which is another milestone which we didn't think we'd hit so quickly. This should be up Sunday at 4, which is in a couple of hours, and then we'll have my sister. So we got 2 sisters in 1 week for you guys watching.
Subscribers to go through the roof, because
maybe you never know. We check us out on Spotify, link in the description, and our merch also link in the description. And as per usual, Big Ben and I aren't wearing it, but you know it is what it is.
Repping your own.
Both my top and my hoodie are in the wash, so it's nothing I can do.
It's because he wears it so much.
So, yeah.
No, yeah.
Do you do little dog?
Yeah, we do.
We need to get one for our pupper.
Yeah, we do.
I mean, she's not a puppy anymore. We've had her for 6 years, but
Yeah.
dogs are always puppers, aren't they?
Yeah, we've had Merlin 9 years now.
Oh, Merlin is such a cute name. Dogs just make life better, don't they?
They definitely do. Millie, my sister loves him, and my mum bought him the blue dog hoodie from the merch website.
Yeah,
so that's nice.
Yeah,
he looks very cute in it.
Ellie wouldn't.
No.
Like, she's such a princess.
We should get her one for Christmas, but she'll put it on, and then after like 2 minutes, she'll be like, "Get it off."
Yeah, she doesn't.
She like
do well.
Because we tried to when it was raining, like when we take for walks, we're like, oh, we need to get a little coat so like we shouldn't get soaked.
When it was really cold and really rainy,
she didn't like it at all,
she was having none of it, wasn't she?
Merlin's kind of more of a show dog, so he just kind of prances around. He got 2 Christmas hoodies. He just likes being cuddled, and it doesn't matter as long as he's getting attention, he's happy.
Yeah. Ellie's the same, but like with anything that you put on her, she's not happy.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Before we move on, I just want to say also Twitter and Instagram at the Blue Podcast 1 for both of them for everyone watching. Let's get into, I guess, the Chufo, or the greens, I guess.
I'm surprised you pronounced Chufo right.
Is that because I've said it?
God, the amount.
I think it's Kieran. Kieran said it.
Let's see.
You see the amount of time we've heard every pronunciation under the sun.
Ciofo and Ciofo.
I got it's great.
It makes sense though. I mean, Italian and CIU.
Yeah.
The
pronunciation. C and an I is the same as a C and a H in English.
Yeah, I guess
even I know that.
Yeah.
But yeah, people don't.
Yeah.
So, they always look at it like, whenever I go into auditions and stuff, it's quite a good starting point to get, break the ice. Because like, what is this?
Yeah, because she uses the Italian name
I use it as like my stage name.
A lot of people have green as the second name, so it's a bit different.
Fair enough. So what is it that you do exactly?
I'm an actor, but I also sing. So I trained in musical theatre, So I'm auditioning for like predominantly like TV roles now. I've done a lot of like stage stuff. And then on the side, I do like singing gigs. But obviously, this year's been quite quiet for all the arts. But yeah.
Well, fair enough. It's a bit like my sister. My sister's currently Leeds College Music doing singing of some kind. I don't really know, to be honest.
She does singing with her voice.
I would say when
When I was at
like, she
uni.
does something.
She like sings
Does
and
some singing thing.
Yeah. She does like some dancing,
Yeah.
bit of singing.
You're making her sound like she's some kind of pole dancer or something. Bloody
I know.
hell.
A better dance than
Like she does some saucy stuff now.
Gotta make money somehow.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. Nah. I mean,
Fair enough. Well, I'm sure as many of our viewers know now, Ben is of Italian heritage, as we just spoke about. You said you might want to go into your family history a bit.
Oh yeah, well, I mean we can talk a bit about that. So I guess so. My mum is Italian. She was born here, but her mum and dad from Italy.
Yeah. Full Italian, and she's fluent as well. She's fluent in Italian.
They speak Neapolitan,
like a Neapolitan dialect.
A dialect. So it's like the equivalent to accents here. It's like Scouse, Geordie, Cockney. Like
and they all have like the different.
Over there, it's like Neapolitan, Venetian. Like that sort, like the different parts of the country have their own dialect. So it's they all speak.
So is that the south, more south where you're from?
So my nana is from Naples. Yeah, just south, and then our grandpa was from Lazio, which is mid Italy. So it's like Lazio is where Rome is. Yeah, and he was from a town called Tufo, which is where Ciuffo comes from.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah. But I think Tufo, actually, there's a rock called Tufo, a volcanic rock, and that's where the name Tufo comes from. And then that's where the name Ciuffo comes from. So there's like, that's the through line there. But yeah, so...
But like they both came to England independently of each other.
Yeah, but it was both caused by the same thing during the World War. They came. Well, it was after.
It was like the dealing with the aftermath, the effects.
So
of
there was just. I mean, it's a similar, not exactly the same, similar situation now in Italy. There's just no jobs basically. They both came over here for
to
jobs,
find work, and then send money back to their families.
And they found each other because they worked. What was it? A shoe mill or something?
Yeah. Well, Nonna ended up renting a room in Grandpa's house.
Yes. Yeah.
That he had here.
But I thought they both worked at. Is that after they got together? They both worked at a shoe mill. In Hyde.
But didn't Nonna work with towels as well, though? I'm sure she worked with towels because she nicked them all.
Yeah. maybe prior to that, but I know they both worked in a shoe mill. And I guess they did alternate shifts because Grandpa always did night shifts. Also, we're told because he didn't like management. Basically, he just couldn't be up. So he's like, I'll do the night shift, so I don't have to deal with all the dickheads, basically. Didn't like. I mean, it's sort of same with us as well. He didn't like getting told what to do, which is why I guess Kieran's probably told you about this. Like when I'm playing football and stuff, if there's a coach that I don't like,
he's mentioned that. Yeah,
then I just don't. I can't be asked playing for them.
Yeah.
Like so, if the coach I don't like and they start telling me what to do, I'm like,
nah.
I'm good.
So, like, if I like the coach, then it's fine. Which is it's only a couple of coaches I've not liked, and
I think that's like because I get that with like teachers. If you're nice to your students or then you get the best out of them, don't you? But I think that with coaches, like sometimes they don't get the best out of the players because of the way they
But I
treat
think
you
it so
like.
happened that I don't know if it's both the coaches or just one have been coaches that have played in a team with kids. So he's seen the bad side of me not liking a coach. Like both times that I've not liked a coach, or just once or something. But yeah.
Well, you used to. I know you used to be relatively good at football back when.
Relatively
Yeah, it was all right.
Nah,
It's all right.
It's all right.
I mean,
yeah.
I could
Just a casual Man City trial, you know.
Yeah. Casual City trial.
Didn't you
Blackburn.
trial for United as well at one point?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
That's nothing.
I mean,
Yeah. No, like it's. I think I'm not unique in that sense. I think it's when they find a player in the Manchester area, you get City, United, Blackburn, Burnley, all like the Northwest clubs come sniffing about and like, come here.
snooping about.
So that I don't think I'm unique in that sense. But yeah, I did have a trial at City, but they had 24 players in the team, so they were like, yeah, you're not gonna get a game. So I was like, all right, cool. I don't like, it's ridiculous. They had 2 full teams. Like,
Yeah, well, that's actually a bit like the intramural. So I'm captain of one intramural team this year, and Kieran's captain of the other. We've basically been given 22 players for a 14-man day squad. Does that make sense?
That's ridiculous. Are you just rotating them?
Fortunately, I guess kind of fortunately for me, a couple dropped out, and we've got about 3-4 injured. So, and we actually on our first game on Friday, we only had actually 14, which was convenient. But I think for other teams, it's going to be a lot harder because I mean, I think we were given over 11 freshers this year per team, which is bonkers. Because I mean, I don't know. Normally, there's way more seniors. Well, not way more seniors. There's equal seniors to freshers, but this year there's just so many more freshers.
Right.
And it's made, well, for me, I only had 3 seniors starting against Kieran, whereas he had only 3 freshers starting.
Oh, did you play kids?
Yeah, we played kids on Friday. We lost 4-2, but you know, it is what it is. I hadn't seen anyone in my team apart from 2 other lads play at all, whereas Kieran had a training session and stuff. So.
Oh, was Kieran going full on for it?
Yeah, he had a training session the day before and everything. But I think we might have another practice game tomorrow, just because they're meant to all be. I shouldn't say this online. Anyway, I could get in some trouble if someone watches this.
Yeah. So Kieran was going all out for the win then, I guess.
Yeah. Well, he also he had people he knew as well. Strings he pulled for certain players.
Oh, it's all about who you know, innit?
It is. Yeah, it definitely is.
Has he been rubbing it in ever since? Has he been rubbing it in ever since?
No, he hasn't. Because we actually played really well considering we were a team who only played together for the first time on Friday. We were winning 2-0 till 10 minutes into the first half. Till 10 minutes left of the first half.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah, like we should have drawn it.
Right.
Me and the other striker probably should have. If we'd literally put the 2 other shots we'd had on target, they would have gone in because their keeper was shocking.
Right.
And then, unfortunately, our keeper let in the 3rd goal, and the 4th one was he could have got to it but didn't. So
I remember. Sorry, go on.
So it was a bit of a scare for Kieran then.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but he was shitting himself when it was 2-0. I'll tell you that much. He lost his voice within about half an hour.
You're like, oh, come on!
Yeah, he was screaming. But once their first goal went in, we kind of knew that maybe the floodgates were going to start to open. Unfortunately, but
yeah, what were you going to say?
That I was always put in goal whenever like we played football at high school and stuff.
Why?
I don't. Well, I think so. Basically, I'm good. I'm a fast runner. I can do the 100-meter sprint. Like, well, maybe not now, but at the time I could. But that meant that it was like, right, well, Natalie's the sporty one. So it was all like this, all the sports They had me doing cross country, and they were like, right, well, you have to have at least one girl from your form team in. So I was always like the token girl, even though I'm like, I can run fast, so that means I can.
Yeah. They had been that off by the time.
Like, yeah, well, it's good because it was rubbish. But anyway.
So they were like, right, here's a girl, you could go and goal.
So they used, I swear, they just use it as an excuse to like whack a ball at me as hard as they could. That's just, that's high school kids, isn't it?
They had binned off having a girl in their form team, but the thing where if you were good at one sport, they just chose you for everything. That was.
Oh yeah, that's. I think that's the same with all schools though.
It's like they put me in cross country and I can't do long distance. It's a completely different thing.
Same with me.
Like I can, you know, that spurt of.
Although I think me.
I've heard you were quite quick. You know.
Yeah, I was sick at sprinting, but also I was one of the better ones at long distance.
Yeah, you could do a bit of both. I couldn't. I honestly couldn't. I can, that burst of energy and the adrenaline and stuff, I can do that, and I would. But
I eventually started like I couldn't be asked really with long distance. But I remember
takes too much time.
I remember sports day. I think because Kiz was all right at long distance.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah, well, that's what I don't get with Kieran as well. Like, no offense to him, but he puts on some weight and then he's still fitter than me. I don't get it.
Yeah, that's genetics and stuff, isn't it? Like,
yeah.
I was saying about you this morning. You can eat whatever you want, and you.
That's the same. That's the same as me. Kieran, like, I eat my meal because me and Kieran share chef dinners. Yeah. I'll eat my meal and then he'll eat about half of his and then I'll eat the rest of it. And I just stay about a good
nothing goes to waste.
You're like, you having that? Yeah. All right.
Yeah. I've started to realize I do it as well. So I'm kind of like trying to wait for someone like Kieran to actually say, "Oh, do you want it?" rather than
it's like, all right, finishing that. So he's still eating, and you're just grabbing the plate and scraping.
Basically, yeah.
Like at the corner of the table, like.
Yeah. I'm just one of those guys who doesn't like seeing food go to waste. You know?
No, it's fair enough. It's fair enough. That's very Italian anyway. Yeah, I guess we'll take it back to Nana.
Oh God, yeah, that's how we started.
Yeah, welcome to a Blue Podcast, a chat where it goes in many tangents.
It's good.
So your grandma and granddads were both Italian and just so happened to meet in England.
So they both came over to England, to Manchester, because that was where the work was in the mills and stuff. And then my nana rented a room in my grandpa's house.
Yeah.
And that's how they met.
And we call her nonna.
Nonna, yeah.
That's like Italian.
Yeah, and Italian for granddad is nonno, but we've always called him grandpa. I don't. That's just a family.
Yeah. Kieran's got a weird name for it as well. Yeah, for his nan, I think. I just call mine Nana. I've got grandma and granddad, and Nana and Pops. Oh, hello.
Oh, she came in.
She's back on the podcast.
She's had a trim.
Yeah, looks very smart.
Yeah. You good?
Oh.
Yeah.
I haven't got my dog with me, so unfortunately.
Damn it! What? I wanted to. Oh.
So yeah, with that, that sort of migration of Italians from Italy after the war, it wasn't just England. So we've got family in America, family. I mean, not family that we speak to the family in America, but there's like other chufos all around the globe.
We've got family everywhere.
So there's like family in Argentina.
About 3 Christmases ago, I asked for the Ancestry DNA thing.
Yeah.
So I got a kit and I had to spit in a tube and send it off.
Yeah.
And on my mum's side, you get a map of the world and all the different places, and it's like Australia and France and all that.
Yeah,
and then and then on our dad's side, it was Birmingham.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was to get to. So my dad's our granddad was from Birmingham. West
That was
Bromwich.
Yeah.
West Brom-
Well, Cam lives just outside of Birmingham.
Right. Okay. Why
But
is it Arsenal then?
family in it, probably.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I think our dad likes to think he's a Viking or something.
Yeah,
He's always like, "Oh
'cause
no, I've
he's-
got Viking in me." I'm like,
Because he's,
"Well, no,
'cause he's
ancestry
ginger.
said Birmingham."
Because he's ginger, basically.
Ah.
He was ginger anyway. He's and I've got quite a ginger
Oh,
beard.
Dad
It
had
doesn't
like
show on this.
proper fiery red
Yeah.
hair when he was little.
Like, you know, when my hair was like a proper mop.
Yeah, the ginger tinge to it.
Yeah, but like his
His
was like
fire.
fiery red.
You have little ginger bits in your beard, don't
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
I noticed a lot of blokes get that in their beard though. If they grow it out, it goes a bit ginger at the front.
Yeah, I think it's like a common theme.
Mm.
I think it's
Common
well, not a common theme, but it's like a common thing in the DNA that
You're
there's
ginger,
must be a certain like
Point, I don't know.
certain part of the gene pool that had ginger beards, and that's kind of down.
You have a ginger beard, don't you, Ellie?
Mm.
Ah, a little ginger beard.
Yeah, so
You want to get down?
yeah,
Okay.
my dad's like we don't. I think he's just
English.
English.
Yeah.
An English wannabe Viking.
Yeah. So with the Italian side of the family, there's people in
Everywhere.
America,
People
Argentina,
everywhere.
Australia, France.
Yeah, I want to do one of those to be fair, because I've been told I look slightly Asian, which is fun.
Where are you from? I think people discover things, don't they?
Yeah.
That they like. I had
Well,
no idea.
it's a bit creepy as well, because if you've got family members who have done it, it'll come up and it'll be like, we think this might be your cousin.
I
or
still
something
get
like that.
emails, and it's like you've got a DNA match.
So it's like, huh? But then you look at it, it's like, oh yeah, they
Cousins you
actually
didn't even know
are.
you had.
They actually are a cousin, or there's people who like have the name Chufa at the end who you don't even know,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh,
Yeah, I'd be surprised if there's another. I know there's a guy in prison with the surname McCleave in America,
nice.
but he's a big black guy, so I'm not sure how related I am.
Well, I mean, you need to get a kit.
Might have been
I might ask for it this Christmas then.
Yeah.
No,
It
is
was a really
interesting.
good gig. I mean, it's better than some. I don't know.
It's better than just like some
Links
Africa. Yeah.
set.
Well, it was yeah.
That's
it
what
is
you're getting, by
interesting.
the way. Smell.
Well, yeah, I've asked my parents if they can buy me a hoodie from the merch line. To be honest.
Oh yeah.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
Like
Can you buy me my own merch?
Yeah. I literally started off with, so I can't actually afford my own merch. So
can you get it for Christmas?
can you get it to me for Christmas?
Aren't you getting the joggers and the hoodie? You say?
Well, that's what I'd like to get. Yeah, the blackout joggers and hoodie would be nice. But then I'm also tempted by the one with the blue strips. I don't know. There's too many good items. You know, it's too many good items.
It's just
Too
that
much.
high quality.
Spoiled for
Yeah.
choice.
You know,
Yeah.
smart.
Link in the description for everyone watching.
Yeah. But yeah, that like in terms of that, then sort of they got together, got married, had my mum and auntie, and then my mum and dad went to the same school in the same class, Floweryfield.
Oh, it's
was it?
weird.
Oh, wow.
They
Yeah.
went to the same primary school.
Same
So-
primary school.
Yeah,
They've
same
got.
primary school.
We've
yeah.
got school pictures of them,
And there's
like
like
class.
sat
class
like, and
photos.
there and there or something.
And it's just so weird. Like there's
so-
one in particular where they're like right next to each other.
They didn't-
Mum with a
and, like,
plats in
yeah.
and dad with his mop, and it's like
Yeah, so they knew each other, but like there was never sort of an interest.
I never
but-
knew it really.
no,
yeah.
no.
So like, did they go to the same secondary school as well?
I think so. Yeah.
Same secondary school, and it was, I can't remember if it was the primary leaver. I think it was the secondary leavers. And Mum was like, "Yeah, I thought he might like me then, because apparently he wrote something in a leaver
Yeah, what did he
diary."
write in his in a leavers book? I can't.
I can't remember.
Have you still got the Leavers book?
I don't
don't
know. We'll have to ask our parents at some
But he
Yeah.
point.
wrote What
I
was
can't
it?
remember what he wrote, but
Something
he
like
wrote,
the most beautiful girl in the school.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
So he wrote something like
No.
that, and then they didn't hear from each other for
No, and then Mum
ages.
was doing a night shift.
Yeah, but she went to the cash machine in Hyde, and apparently she said the way she describes the story is that she was looking like hell, and she was in a line for the cash machine, and then Dad was walking past, and Dad was like,
Apparently, she just saw a flash of ginger and was like, "I think that might be Stuart."
yeah. He was like, did you just ask her to go on a date or something? Like they exchanged numbers?
No.
Or what?
So they started chatting, and because Dad's was in back. Well, our dad's in a punk band, and has been in this band.
They're not really.
It's like new wave now.
They're not punk
but he's been
anymore.
in this band since he was what, like 90, 80?
Yeah, it's been.
So they started talking about that, and Mum was like, "Oh yeah, I'll see if I can bring some of the nurses along and blah blah blah." And Mum always says like, "No, it was just about going to see the band." And Dad always thinks that.
That's like he was.
Right, okay, something a bit more.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so I guess that she would go to see him, and then
I think so. I think
so. Then obviously they got together, blah blah blah, and then
blah 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 blah.
The rest is history.
when he asked her to marry him, he actually because she's from an Italian family, they were like you need to marry an Italian man, blah blah blah. So when he was going to ask him to marry him, he actually, because he was like, "Oh, I'm not fucking about here." He just went to the house to ask, and then my mum says that she remembers walking in, and he was there, having a glass of wine with my grandpa, just chilling. And she was like, "What you doing?"
She must have had a heart attack.
And then she says that Grandpa said to Nana that in Italian or something, I think he's the one or something.
No,
it's it's quite cute.
It's quite a fairy tale, to be honest.
It's a very cute story. They are a bit of a real life fairy tale, aren't they?
Yeah. So that's how they got married, and then they had Mark, who you met a few weeks ago, then Nat, and then. Then the miracle child. No,
what you?
Yeah, no. But like there's only 2 years between Nat and Mark, and then there's 5 years between me and Nat. So just decided they were like, yeah.
Oh, and I was so excited.
Yeah.
I remember when Mum was at the hospital having you. So I'd have been what, 4 or 5?
I don't get how people remember things when they're 4 or 5.
And I was.
I've got no memory.
You have yesterday though, but this is like.
That's why we get on. That's why we get on so well. We just don't remember.
And I remember being sat on the toilet, feeling so sick. Like I was so little that my legs didn't even touch the ground, and I just was like, "I'm gonna be sick," because I was so excited and so nervous, and just Oh, you were so little.
There's a video of Nat holding me when I first came home, and she needs a pillow to prop me up.
Oh, I remember that. I remember the first time I held you, Mum was like, "Right, okay." And I think I sat on Mum and Dad's bed, double bed, and they like put so many pillows around me, like in a fortress of pillows. And then they put your little head there.
You made a joke or something, and the famous quote is, "You don't know, do you?"
Oh, well, I mean, at that age, I was just making up. When kids just make up jokes and they're not funny, it's like. I don't even know.
I don't even know what the joke you said, but like it's something.
Why did the dog cross the road or something?
Right. It's something crap.
Because he was a hot dog. It's something that doesn't make sense at all.
Yeah, something crap. But anyway, the famous thing that we keep on repeating is, "You don't know, do you?"
Because I said this joke and I didn't even know the punchline, so I was like trying to buy time. I don't know.
It's just kids.
It's the mind of a 4-year-old. I thought it was hilarious.
I remember I made a joke when I was in primary school. What is Doctor Who's least favourite bread?
I don't know.
Garlic bread.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Sounds like garlic.
At least there's a punchline.
Actual, punchline play on words.
Exactly.
We were like.
Unfortunately, that was my peak.
That was just the highlight.
That's a cracking.
Peak too soon, mate.
Yeah. You're like, you were there like, can't wait to tell this to my mate.
It's in a book, like an end of year book of some kind. Or something.
Yeah. Oh. One that you're proud of, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, it's the one memory I have of when I was younger. So obviously.
Yeah.
Do you have any memories of when you were younger, Ben?
I mean, I have things that I've got told happened, but I don't.
Do you remember when we were playing and you sat on me and I farted?
No.
Do you actually remember that?
That's quite a specific memory.
Yeah. So I don't remember. Nat was like, get off, and then you went. But I guess I have a vague memory of that, but it's more that I've just been told that it happened.
Yeah.
I can't remember stuff like that.
I'm trying to think of other memories.
I remember falling off a wall when I was younger and like hitting my chin.
Oh, that must have hurt.
Yeah, that's from my blood. That's about it.
I remember falling over in the playground. When you fall over, the natural thing is to put your hands out to stop the fall. And I just didn't. So I was in the playground and I fell over and my nose took the full force of everything. I just scabbed over. Scab started going green within like an hour. And primary school rang my mum and was like, Mrs. Green, don't panic. That is not what you say to a parent, is it? Because as soon as you don't panic, you panic. Like, yes, it's just fallen over. And I had to go and get it x-rayed. I don't think I broke it, but you and Mark always say I have a wonky nose. Always do.
Mark says it more than me.
Do you have a wonky nose? What is it you do? You always do something and you're like,
straight. No, it's straight now. But like, no, it's more Mark. It's more Mark than me.
It's not. You lay into me about my nose.
Yeah, but yeah. So, what was you? I don't know. About?
Memories.
Yeah. Oh, right. Watch out if I have any memories.
Do you have any childhood memories? No. Do you actually not have any?
No. Well, no, I guess I do. I can't think of them off the top of my head. But
maybe it's a guy thing.
Maybe.
We
just don't care.
Yeah.
We just drift through life.
Yeah, true. Well, but I guess the last thing I could say about the family in Italy is that if we did live in Italy, I know that they support Lazio.
Yeah.
So they would probably be the team that I would support if I was in Italy.
Even so, is Napoli not near Naples or in Naples?
Naples.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I could support I could support Napoli, but I know our family support Lazio. So.
I guess it often is that it's the dad's side that tends to be the dominant football one. Well, certainly in my family anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
But have you seen actually the Napoli are changing their kit in respects to Maradona for the next game against Roma, I think.
They're changing the name of the stadium, aren't they?
Yeah, so they're going to call it the Maradona Stadium or something.
Stadio Diego Maradona.
Yeah, and then they're also making their kit like the Argentinian kit or something.
Right. Okay.
I don't know what it is, but
it's like it's some deity.
Yeah.
Like
that's the thing. I think in Argentina he pretty much was.
President's announced 3 days.
He won them their only World Cup.
They've won 2, so.
Oh, but he won them like. He came back with the World Cup trophy to this third world country, and
he effectively won it single-handedly.
I mean the players that he had around him in the team were shocking. And then he just pick up the ball and run off the pitch and score, and there was nothing else anyone could do about it. So
don't you?
That was me. No, I think I guess Kieran might have said this to you, is like, every time, the only time you've only beaten me with skill like once or twice or something like that. Every other time you just sprint past me or something. I guess he probably said that to you.
Yeah, said that to me. Yeah.
Yeah. What else? Yeah, but like school football. He probably said this to you as well. That he only got chosen year 9, 10, 11.
Yeah.
Because we had a crap PE teacher who didn't know what he was doing basically the first few years.
Oh God, PE in high school was just something else on it. Yeah. We had to do. I remember playing rugby with the lads, and I had like Matt, mouth guarding and
rugby was nasty though, because I don't get, so at our school anyway. I mean, it's probably the same at our schools. I don't know why in the timetable they're like, right, so what sports are we going to do at what part of the year? They're like,
Rugby
right, we'll
was
do rugby
always-
in winter when it's
it's
so
cold and muddy, and why would you do
stupid?
why?
It's stupid.
Because the ground's softer.
Oh,
But it's
That's
nasty.
literally the only, I think the only reason.
It's just it's horrible though, because like if you have it like
fall
if you
over,
don't
you
have
don't
it-
break.
Ben, you're talking to the wrong person. I played 2 times of rugby every year at school. I know.
Oh,
it's
man.
horrible. So
I did not have a good time.
If you had it,
Whenever I
like-
got the
I
ball,
loved it. I loved it, to be fair.
I just used to chuck it.
but like, oh no, it's nasty. Like if you didn't have it at 4th period or 5th period, then you would be like soaking and muddy in your uniform for the like half or
Yeah, but it was very team building in a sense, if that makes sense. Like, if think about
I
it,
can
with my
understand
school, there was 3 teams of 15 with subs. Everyone were basically doing it together, so everyone's getting dirty, everyone's tackling each other, everyone's getting
yeah. I mean,
etc.
that. It was kind of the same, but
I think there's probably a bit more sort of camaraderie and togetherness.
Yeah.
Ours it was kind of
it
everyone
was
for
just
itself.
laying to each other.
Yeah.
Oh, that still happened. Don't worry.
yeah, but you know what I mean. Like
Hmm.
it's a bit more.
But yeah, we actually tried to. Well, our first team, we were trying to be pretty much the best in the county, so
Yeah.
kind of had to be not complete individuals.
Yeah.
Well, our second team, which I was vice captain of, in my lower 6th and upper 6th.
Only in the second team.
Well, one of our best players in the school who played county was the fly half. I'm the second fly half. You can't have 2 fly halves in the same team, can you?
Should have gone for a different position.
I was put in that position. What was I saying? But we were one of the best second teams the school's ever had. I think we were the second best in terms of like points and games won.
Cool.
Which was,
Yeah.
but I feel like it was actually, I think a lot of us preferred playing second team rather than first team, because first team was just so, I don't know.
And
Yeah, very competitive. Whereas when we went out to play for the second team, we all went out to play for each other. If that makes sense,
Yeah.
which was
Sure.
nice.
it kind of takes the pressure off a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, our school football only got decent in like year 10 and 11. Year 7, 8, and 9 was all right, but it was just a bit naff. But then year 10 and 11, we got to the final both times. We got smashed 5-0 both times. But that's not the point. It was decent school football 10 and 11 for us. But yeah, like we had this teacher, Broadhead, who Nat will know and kids will know.
Yeah.
He meant well, but sometimes he went the wrong way about it. But yeah, he was proper sound, to be fair to him. But I remember he would say, school football comes first over academy stuff. And I was like, huh?
Hey.
Eh?
I remember him when I was walking around school, he'd always pull me over and be like, oh, what did he say? Did he say it to you as well? It's like, you're going so fast that I nearly had to give you a speeding ticket. And I was like,
so the
okay.
fast,
It's like the third time he said that
the
to me.
fast runners, he would be like, "Hey, why are you running so fast? You have a speeding ticket." Like, all right, okay. It was part of his endearing qualities. He was decent.
It's very sweet.
Yeah, like I remember once he proper like had a go at me because I was like, I've got academy training for Blackburn. Like
I don't know if I remember this.
yeah, but I was like, I've got academy training for Blackburn. I can't play the school match, and he had a proper go at me to the point that I was crying. And like
I don't remember this.
oh, I don't think.
Talking about
yeah.
people and bad memories.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was proper crying, and because I was like, he was like, yeah, the worst academy player I've ever seen, like proper having a go, because he was upset basically that I wasn't playing for the team. He was like, I've seen
When you're that age as well, you want to please everyone, don't you?
He didn't say I was the worst county player I've seen. He was like, you one of the best county players I've seen, but I've seen worse players than you put more work in who do better than you. And I was like, Jesus, I'm just saying that I can't do the match tonight.
Yeah. Oh, I used to hate it.
Poor Ben.
Yeah, but he was just that
passionate about
that I couldn't play for the team.
It was also probably because you already had a beard at that age, and so he thought you were a man.
Yeah, true.
So true.
Yeah.
So true.
Yeah.
Well, how early would you say you got a beard?
It was like year 7 or something.
It was ridiculous. He's looked like this for years.
Yeah,
I'm still trying.
It was pretty early.
This is 1 month's growth on my lip.
He's getting a bit of a goatee going, isn't he? Getting a bit here and a bit here. Kids.
Yeah, but his is like really ginger though, so you just can't see it.
Yeah, it's true.
It looks like a fluffy caterpillar.
You shave and then the next day I swear it's like that.
Yeah, you shaved at the start of November and then you just had your beard within the next podcast. So what?
It can look completely different as well with and without it.
You got to keep up the beard appearances. You know what I mean?
Would you ever like shape it and like get it?
I can't be asked.
No, I know you can't be asked. You can't be asked with anything, can you?
No.
One day in the future, should we just like have a slideshow of Ben's face through all the podcasts with the different beards?
This is what he was at the start of the month. But yeah, no, I can't be asked for that sort of stuff. Like, looks all right to me. Yeah.
Well, it's like this. Yeah, it's the same with me. I don't really have to shave very often, so it's fine.
Yeah. Like I'm trying to think. Yeah, so because I play for the county team as well. Like Brado was proper sound because he sometimes used to pick me up in that and like take me to games and stuff. So yeah, and I remember he was like, "So how are your brother and sister doing?" I was like, "Oh yeah, they're all right, yeah." He was like, "Yeah, like tell him I said hello." So he was proper sound and stuff. So he used to take me to. Sometimes he took me to Tameside county games. And then he would take me to Greater Manchester County. So Tameside was like the younger one, and then when you got to about under 15s, under 16s, all the counties of Manchester would come together for Greater Manchester County.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, because there was that's like my sister in hockey. So you had Wimbledon, which is what she like the kind of like the club she played for, and then there was Surrey, which is what like all of these clubs came together for, as like a bigger, better team.
Yeah, that's basically the same. Yeah.
But my sister's a lazy ass, so she didn't make it to England. Yeah. If my sister put some more effort in, she probably could have made.
She's one of the best players technically, but didn't put the
work in.
Hey, it's true. I don't. It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Millie, but you know, she could have made Youth England if she tried. But
we'll find more about that more.
Yeah, you can ask her that tomorrow. Tom says that you didn't try hard enough.
Yeah. But yeah, like yeah, he was sound. And I'm trying to think. There's one other thing.
What about high school?
Yeah, about Broadhead at high school. What was it now? Oh yeah, you knew when Broadhead was coming, like when he was walking around school, because he had the massive set of keys on his trackies.
The jingle jangle of keys. I remember.
And you'd be like, "Oh, Broadhead."
I remember being out for a meal with Mum and hearing Broadhead's voice, and he was in the restaurant. And it's so weird. Like when you're that age as well, seeing teachers outside of school is such a weird thing because you just think they live there, don't you? Or like finding out.
My dad taught at the school I was at, so I'm pretty used to it.
Oh my god, that's so strange.
Yeah. He was deputy head at my school, so I've always been pretty used to it.
Oh god.
You're like, oh.
I know.
No, I don't know if you'd like me to say this, but he's now a headmaster, and he's the least headmaster I've ever met. And all my mates can. If you speak to Kieran about it, you'll agree. I won't say it on this, but he's a funny man.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember seeing Broad because he's a City fan, Broadhead, and I remember seeing him at a City game. And me and Dad would like line up to go in the stadium. He'd walk past, like, "Yeah, right." Hit me, slap me,
Slap me.
and they
He
carried on
slapped
walking.
me.
I was like, "Right."
Oh, I remember going to a City game with you.
Did you enjoy it?
City versus Aston Villa, was it?
That was my first ever City game. Like,
I did. You know what? I did enjoy it. Actually, walking into
It was
the
before.
stadium.
It was before the money came in, and we got smashed 2-0 or something.
Yeah, we did. We lost.
But it was first
But
City
we
game.
had-
No. Our first City game was when we went with. At the time, it was Mark's girlfriend's family. It was City versus Southampton. We
I
won
don't
3-1.
think I went to that
No,
one.
we all went.
Oh, did we? I don't
We
remember.
were sat behind the goal, so we couldn't really see anything.
Did we all go? You sure I was there? I think Villa was my first one.
Right.
Because I remember walking to the stadium, you
I
get
can't
hit
remember.
with all that
Yeah.
air because we
I
were
can't
really
remember.
high up.
Yeah, I
was
can't
like,
remember which one was first.
Yeah. Well, football is very different when you go to a game and watching it on TV.
Very
No.
different.
Yeah.
You just feel so much more involved, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, my sister's been to a couple Chelsea games as well, so she
Yeah.
understands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that energy that you
Yeah.
get in a stadium.
Is that the
I
only one
think.
you've been to, or did you go to another one?
I don't. That's the one that I remember, though.
Yeah.
Remember
It's
the-
why I want to bring my girlfriend to a Chelsea game because obviously when I'm watching football, she's just like bored. Whereas if you actually manage to experience going to a game, it might be slightly different. Because I feel like as you grow up, having gone to games, you kind of get more affiliation with the club
Yeah.
as you get older.
Yeah,
Well,
I think
for me anyway.
we spoke about it when my dad came on, but there's a game where it's City v Birmingham where we won 1-0. And I was like, blow the whistle, blow the
Oh, you
whistle.
get so into
I was
it,
like,
don't you?
I was like dead young at the time, but I was
Mm.
getting proper into it. And
You
that's
just
the thing.
you really, when you're passionate about something, you do
There's not,
get.
yeah, there's not many things.
Very
that-
Italian.
Yeah, there's not many things he is
there's
passionate
not many,
about,
but
but
if there is, yeah,
oh, he
if
will.
there's something like, if there's something I'm passionate about, I'm passionate about
Oh,
it, sort of
God.
thing.
I've only just put this together. So we were Italian, right? Italian football is very well solid defensively, right?
Mm.
And City's been shambolic in defence. So it must have been even harder for you. I just put that together.
I mean, I prefer attacking football, but obviously, I like to have a solid defence to have that platform to be able to do that attacking football.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you won yesterday 5-0.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Decent.
Marius got his first City hat trick.
Yeah, decent game. We were saying in the last podcast, if we drew or lost that, then shocking.
I saw a headline saying City smash Burnley 5-0, but are there still issues or something?
Yeah, so I saw that. I read it, and it was like this analysis. It was talking about have they found the goal scoring back, and basically it was saying that I think is it Pat Nevin, the pundit or something. He was saying
ex-Chelsea player.
Yeah, he was saying like he's seen a lot of things say, oh, City are not quite there, not quite at it. They're some way off, blah blah blah. But he was like, I think it's quite easy to see where the problem is, and he says that he was saying that he doesn't think City like they're obviously behind it, but they're not that far off.
No,
he was saying basically it's Aguero. That's the main thing. As soon as you get Aguero back, we'll start scoring again. But because he's getting older, then we need to sign a striker, and that's
Martinez.
Yeah,
getting older.
That's
How
where
old is he?
34.
34. He's
Where
getting
is 34?
34? No, 33.
double check.
I didn't know that. Bloody
No,
hell! I thought he was 30.
Not 33, not 34, but he's 33, 32, something like that.
Google.
Hell. I knew he was old in terms of football, but I didn't know he was that old in terms of football.
Let's have a look. Yeah, he's
I mean,
32.
I know it's only a couple of years.
32.
32.
What's old in terms of football then?
Once you hit 30.
way over.
Once you hit 30.
Really? Oh my god.
Well, I mean, your career isn't over at 30.
No, but it's like that's when you're at your
That's when you'll start going. You peak.
Yeah.
Going down.
your transfer value goes down. Your wage price may not go up anymore.
35 is when you should be looking at retiring. Really.
Yeah, unless you're Thiago Silva.
Yeah, unless you're like
the best of the best
in your career a couple more seasons after
yeah,
that.
I forgot. Thiago Silva was part of the one of the best AC Milan sides of all time.
Yeah, what 20?
Yeah, Ibra, Ronaldinho, Nesta, the Seedorf, all of them
For a long time.
And he was the centre back next to Nesta. It's like what?
Yeah,
Maldini left back.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Sometimes it's like you were saying with Sterling, you're like, sometimes you don't realise how long they've been about.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he's 27 or something. He's like, no, he's 25. He's still fairly young. But yeah, back on track for now.
Back on track. We ain't got a track to get back on. I don't.
Oh no, I'm talking about City.
Yeah. City are back on track with a 5-0 win finally.
Yeah. But they've got Porto, and then we've got Fulham, then Marseille, and then United.
Well, weren't they saying that he's probably going to test Aguero against Porto and then rest him the next game and then play him against United?
Yeah, I mean, I hope he's back for United. We have to turn up.
You were going to do that, weren't you? You were going to go, we need. I saw that happening.
We have to turn up for that match. We have
to.
If we don't,
I'm looking forward to that game. Definitely.
Like, we just didn't we lost 3 out of 4 derbies last year because we didn't turn up, and 2, it seems to coincide with us being in bad form every time. So we have to turn up this time. We need to.
Just looked at the score as well. Southampton are beating United 1-0, 26 minutes gone.
Yes, come on!
Who scored? James Ward-Prowse with the assist for Jan Bednarek.
No. United.
I just saw that because I was went to look at the league table and I was like, hang on a second, we're not third anymore. No, because Southampton, if they win this game, go third.
That important game later. Well,
we'll get onto that later. Once
United, they'll turn it around. They'll get a draw or a win with like a couple of penalties.
Yeah, I mean, you've moved up to 8th.
Yeah. I mean, it's what I was saying last podcast. Even though it's not where we want to be or expect to be, it's still a more favourable position.
But you're 8th with a game in hand.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. Like, if we win that, we'll be probably up into top 4, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm looking at this and I'm like, what?
But this is the crazy thing, though, right? Villa are 7th with 2 games in hand.
Yeah. Who do they play? Do they play tomorrow?
I'll have a look. Fixtures.
Yeah, West Ham. Oh, West Ham.
That's a good game.
Oh, yeah.
It's so weird. That's what we said in the last podcast. Obviously, there's so many games now which are actually important.
Fancy full game.
Yeah. So Villa have got West Ham on the 30th, and then they've got Newcastle on the Friday.
Yeah. So I was gonna say, do you have any?
So I was just gonna. I had another memory of looking at all, because you had the score table up, and I have no idea what any of it means. Do you remember fantasy football teams? Was that your era? Fantasy football.
Yeah, he's got them. This is still a thing now. Why? What?
So
did you have to do one of these?
So at high school, fantasy football was a thing, right?
Oh dear.
And Dad did my fantasy football.
Of course.
I had no idea, and I ended up doing really, really well. And Broader presented me with a certificate because I'd won something. I don't know what. I'd won something because of fantasy football.
Me and Dad, we should be pundits. I called Calvert Lewin.
Yeah, I ended up doing really well on this fantasy football team that I had nothing to do with. And I was like, I had to accept this award, oh, thank you. And I was like, it's going to make me look really cool. And I was like, I have no idea what.
Name your team. Name your team.
I know, but I remember being really nervous because what if he actually asked me questions?
He'd be like, so did you see his goalie? Yeah.
I'll be like, what if he actually asked me questions about
the back post?
Because I know nothing.
But Ben, on your point of Calvert Lewin, I called Villa.
Mm-hmm.
You know how you said you called Calvert Lewin, I called Aston Villa.
Yeah, it's true.
So I think we've done pretty well so far.
Yeah.
Even though Everton lost yesterday.
Yeah, they're they've had a few injuries, so now they're having a stinky patch, aren't they?
Yeah, and I think also Leeds have started to pick it up as well. Rafinha got his first goal.
Yeah, which is what we were saying, and some people were saying that their squad depth isn't as good. So as soon as they get a few injuries, they'll struggle.
Stinky patch, is that a technical term?
That's just
it's a very blue podcast term.
Blue podcast is
You're a stinky patch.
Oh, yes.
But well, it's the big game later, isn't it?
I think
whoever wins goes top. Oh, I'm a Chelsea fan. If you didn't know.
Draw.
Yeah, but if it's a draw, Spurs go top. I don't want that.
Yeah, no, but it's gonna be, but like, it'll be like
we've got two of the best attacks in the league.
It'll be typical. It's typical Premier League. It's like hype it up. Best attacks in the league. Scored loads of goals. Blah blah blah.
Goal difference of 12. Both teams are a goal difference of 12. The closest teams on 6.
You understand how the Premier League works. It's like hype it up, and then we pour in 1-1. Yeah. And as soon as a team gets a chance to go clear at the top, bottle it.
Yeah, but I don't think that though. But you're forgetting it's Lampard v Mourinho as well. If Lampard wins this game, right, he's won every game against Mourinho so far he's managed.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I think it's just gonna be one of those games where it gets hyped up. Best attacks, gonna be loads of goals, and then it's gonna be like dead cagey, they're gonna be dead like cautious, and it's gonna end 1-1 or something like that.
No, I think it'd be good.
No, I mean, I hope it's a good game, but like usually when it's when a team can go clear at the top or something this early, they bottle it. So both teams are not going to want to lose that game because they want to still be both there or thereabouts.
I think Mourinho needs a win more than against Lampard.
Mourinho's going to want to win, but he's going to do it in the Mourinho way, where he's going to shit out.
But we've got Havertz back, all right? That's Havertz back. Thiago Silva's going to start. Chilwell back at left back. Reece James going to start. Mate,
I'm not saying you can't win. I'm just saying.
You're holding your hands up there. You're like,
I'm not saying. I'm not saying you can't win. I'm just saying Mourinho's going to do the classic Mourinho thing. He did it against us last week, where you'll have loads of chances. If you don't put one of us away, Spurs will score one. It will.
All right. So your score prediction for later then?
1-1.
1-0.
Yeah. Or 2-0. I think
you got to decide on what 1-0. Okay.
Score prediction as well from you. 1-0.
Actually 2-0.
2-0. All right.
Final answer.
That's my final answer.
What's your score prediction then?
Well, I'll go 1-0 then.
All right.
Wait.
3-1 Chelsea.
Oh, he's backing him. He's backing them.
I've got to. We haven't lost in 8 games.
Whoa! How is that possible?
We've won 6 of our. Southampton are 2 up. This is fun. James Ward-Prowse as well, and I put him. He's on the bench for my fantasy team.
Oh no!
Stinker. Oh no! I was going to sub him for St. Maximin, but I didn't. Oh god!
The thing on BBC says nailed it. So is it a free kick again?
Nailed it.
I'll check now. Ward-Prowse, free kick with a right-footed shot to the bottom left corner.
He's proper. He's sick at.
He scored the most free kicks, I think, in the Premier League.
He scored 2 in one game a few weeks ago, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he's on 8 or 7 now in like a couple of seasons, which is huge.
Yeah. I just thought of some actually, just on like the county stuff. I know that's a while ago now, but like we did win a cup when I played for the Greater Manchester. I think we won a cup for Tameside as well, and then lost another final for Tameside. So we're quite successful to be fair, those couple of teams. Yeah.
Oh, I think I've just found a good thing about my fantasy team. St. Maximin didn't play.
Oh, so
and Lamptey, and so he should get swapped out.
Nice.
So I should. Ward-Prowse is on 8 points. Do you like my team name as well? Kante catch this? Because it's Kante, but yeah, it's just good.
I
I normally do Duke of Hazards.
Very, very unique. Very unique.
Yeah. Well, I'm a Chelsea fan. Got to keep it Chelsea.
Yeah. No, I have pro clubs with one of my mates called Will, and it's called Messi in Bed. Original. Have you thought that one before? I came up with it like years ago. It's been our pro club's name for years.
I mean, considering how creative our podcast name is, do you think I would have come up with something like that? I support Chelsea. You support Man City. They're both blue. Right, the Blue Podcast. But I was surprised. when I was doing the research for that, though. Like seeing if anyone else had used the name before. But they're all like London is Blue Podcast or Blue Moon Podcast.
Try,
the Blue Podcast.
Because it's that like for a specific team. Ours is like 2 teams. Like they're trying to make it a bit more sort of specific, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, I feel like we have more to talk about when it's not necessarily specifically to one team.
You're not shoeboxing yourself.
I mean, they're sort of tailoring it towards that fan base. And
we technically are tailoring it to a bigger fan base, though.
Yeah. Oh no, completely. But it's like if you look at like the United Stand or something, that's the United fan base, and they've got hundreds of thousands of subscribers. So it's still either works.
We'll say Arsenal Fan TV.
Yeah.
But that's just shocking. Have you ever seen Arsenal Fan TV?
I can't stand it, mate.
Oh, show your sister a clip later. It's.
Well, no.
Why is it?
You know one of the people who passed away recently.
Did they?
Yeah.
What?
Do you know Heavy D?
He passed away.
Yeah.
£1,000.
Yeah.
What?
He Guy of Storage Hunters was on
Storage Hunters.
Oh yes, sorry, yes.
I don't remember him. He's so annoying, but he passed away recently.
I saw that actually. Yeah.
You'll have to play me a clip afterwards. I need to know what this is about.
But yeah, it's all. I think it's awful, mate.
Yeah, it's putting a really bad name on Arsenal fans.
Definitely.
Really bad, because basically they just. Have you seen the Liverpool one as well? The no if buts and maybes.
Oh,
that clip. That's really funny as well.
Sadio Mane is the best player in the world.
I don't do if buts and maybes.
I do absolutes. If your nan had balls, she'd be your uncle, but she doesn't, so she's not.
Honestly,
do you know what I'm saying? And he's there like, no, but I love the way you're saying it.
He's like, why are you laughing over there?
Yeah. And he's like, what is it? He's talking about the holding midfielder being better than Everton's, and Guy like goes, "Who's that?" He's like, "My man knows. My man knows." And then he's like, "Champions League, baby."
Yeah. So unsurprisingly, the two most hated. Well, actually, I think are Spurs more hated than Arsenal fans? Do you think? Or just people just hate Spurs in general?
I don't think
general hatred.
To be honest, I don't know. I don't think I wouldn't. I mean, me personally, I don't think Arsenal fans are hated. I think it's more not
Spurs fans.
Spurs fans are hated, but like Spurs in terms of like a club being like we're a top club but haven't won a trophy, maybe in that sense.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously Arsenal and Chelsea and West Ham.
I think
I think Arsenal, Chelsea, and West Ham would give up top 4 to make sure that Spurs didn't win the league. Yeah. I think all 3 of us clubs would do that. To be fair.
I think Arsenal fans are hated because of Arsenal Fan TV, though.
Definitely, and the Liverpool fans are hated because they're just annoying as hell.
And United fans are.
And United fans are equally as bad. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
They think they're still a big club, but I mean they're losing 2-0 to Southampton. So let's be honest.
No. I mean, they are still a big club, but obviously they're struggling a bit.
Yeah, but they're being managed by a PE teacher. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like we've had multiple United fans on the podcast recently, but
No.
I mean, no, they've been sound like, but
they have been sound.
I mean, it's the same with every club. They have like dodgy fans, but I think with United and Liverpool, they probably have more dodgy fans than other clubs.
Yeah.
But
I think they're just dodgy clubs. Let's be honest. I know. Actually, no, wasn't it? There was Liverpool and Spurs during the pandemic.
Yes, yeah, they tried to furlough.
Weren't paying their staff.
Yeah, they tried to furlough the staff. Even it was like, huh? You're still paying you.
Yeah, the owner of Spurs gave himself a £6 million bonus last year,
and then Spurs have took out a loan, haven't they?
Yeah, and yet he can't pay his own staff.
Yeah, it's awful.
He gave himself a bonus of £6 million.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah.
It's
my mum's side of the family are Spurs fans, so me and my dad definitely rubbed it in their face.
They're like, "Have you seen what your owner's
doing?
Yeah,
have you seen what you've been doing?"
Yeah.
Actually, that's a good point. My pops must be going around to my parents' house today to watch the game. Because it's my mum's dad's a Spurs fan and her brother's a Spurs fan.
Right.
So obviously, you can imagine in a
Chelsea
household.
Highly charged.
I don't know if you know, Chelsea and Spurs have a bit of a rivalry.
Yeah.
We stopped them winning the league last time they had a chance, which was but it's actually gone down in history as Battle of the Bridge, one of the dirtiest games of football in recent history. I think another ref went through the game and there would have been 6 Spurs players left on the pitch if like a different ref had done it.
Actually,
it's one of the few recent games that actually showed passion.
Passion. And then Eden, I could have been at that game. I've spoken to you about it before, haven't I?
He won't let this go.
I'm never letting it go. Yeah, because I had an English literature exam for GCSE the next day.
Oh man,
And Eden Hazard puts it top bins to stop Spurs from winning the league, and the whole crap. Apparently, it was like we'd just won like the Champions League or the Premier League. That's how crazy the whole stadium went.
I remember. I mean, it's completely not the same, but I could have gone to see Mumford and Sons, and I didn't because I had an exam. Oh, damn you!
Me and my dad went to Mumford the next day. Well, when about?
Well, I was maybe like 2013, 2014.
Was it about 4 years ago?
No, it was before that.
6 years ago.
Because it could have been, because was it at the O2?
Yeah, I think so. I was in second.
Because I saw them at the O2 like about 4 to 6 years ago.
Okay. I had a music theory exam the next day, and I was like, when you look back, and I was like, I should have just gone, like, because.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. You're a Mumford and Sons fan then?
Yeah.
Same. I've seen the Kooks twice live as well.
I miss live music.
Do you know Seagulls?
No.
Swimmers?
You'll have to send me a list.
Yeah, because I went to a community festival.
Mm-hmm.
When was that? Well, obviously it wasn't last summer, so.
Not this year.
Yeah, so it was this last year, yeah. 2019. That's what was that?
Oh, how times have changed.
Kids, didn't you?
You go with Kieran?
Yeah, I went with Kieran, yeah. Yeah, and two other of your mates, can't remember what they were called.
Oh, Danny and
there was a really tall one as well, I forgot his name.
Oh, Callum.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Really tall.
Yeah.
He's very tall.
Not of another time I met Broden outside of school. It was after I'd left school and I saw him. I went down to Hyde United Stadium for something, and there was a school match. There was a final for the school schools around the area, school matches, and Broadhead was there with Tommy Moore for some sort of like local final, school thing and met him there. Yeah, it's a bit weird because I'd left school for like ages before. So yeah,
I've been to see a couple of matches at Hyde United as well.
yeah.
But I don't remember the game, but I remember the pies.
Yeah, you can't beat pie and or some chips or something.
Pie and chips. Oh,
Bit
so
green.
good. Oh my god, yeah. Oh, my mouth is watering.
That's some proper non-league stuff for you.
No, you go for the game. I'll go for the pie.
Yeah, definitely.
Have you been to non-league?
Actually, no. I went to I think a League Two game.
That's not non-league.
In the south.
No, I went to League Two.
That's
literally
the league before non-league. So
that doesn't count. That's not lower
We're not
down
counting
enough.
that. We're not counting.
You'll have to just watch Hyde United.
I just remember being freezing cold at the top of this crappy stadium, wearing black and white of some. I don't know.
League Two, it'll probably be like sort of a League One standard stadium. Like
yeah, true.
Like you need like this Hyde United. It's basically a shack. So
yeah.
So next time, if you come up sometime, we'll have to go and watch Hyde United.
Yeah, definitely.
Get the true non-league experience.
Speaking of memories, I have no idea where I was. We were on holiday. I don't even know if you were born yet or you were a baby.
I've heard the story. No,
I think we were in Scotland somewhere and we were just like, let's go watch this match. And that was like a shack. No. I have no idea. It was freezing. I couldn't even tell you who would play. I don't know.
I wasn't born at this point.
So you weren't born, so I must have been about 4.
Yeah, I wasn't.
Again, I remember we had some pies and they were good. But that in the middle of nowhere, that was cold.
I'll tell you, now I'm 18 though, having a pint before, during and after a game is very nice.
Yeah. Oh, it's very nice.
I think you can get some pints at Hyde United. Don't worry.
Buy and pints.
Yeah. I haven't really had a proper, when you're growing up and you hear about your dad having a few drinks before a game and then having a good time during it maybe and afterwards, but I haven't really been able to do that yet because I obviously went straight to uni before and obviously that the stadiums are very different now to back when our dads were going to the games. To be honest, a lot more restrictions. You're not allowed to bring your pint up to your seat.
No. Yeah, so many restrictions, isn't there? And it kind of takes a bit of the experience out of it, like all that for like health and safety reasons and stuff. And I totally understand, but then it's like,
it's not the same.
Well, down south, there's going to be some fans in the stadiums soon.
Yeah. Because they don't like the north, do they? So
that makes total sense, doesn't it?
Well, that's because me and Kieran were talking about. We think it's because you said no to going into lockdown the first time. That's why they keep you in tier 3.
They're doing it in spite. They're doing it like, well, you didn't agree to it first time round.
So yeah, exactly.
It's stupid. So we'll have to go Hyde United if you come up sometime.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Definitely.
Have to get kids to come as well. And we'll have to go to watch City with kids as well. I mean, that's if they're allowing fans back in the stadium at that point.
Yeah, in 5 years time, you can do that.
Well, like if I ever come down, I'll have to go watch Chelsea.
Definitely, yeah. I think I've got so many people who I've spoken to saying, "Oh yeah, we need to watch Chelsea game at some point." I'm like, "Yeah, definitely." And then it's like the list just seems to be getting bigger.
You should all go together at the same time
because it's like everyone's like, well,
I think it'd almost be impossible to get that many tickets though. Like,
all to get,
I mean, I'd say you could get 5. I'd say you get 5.
You have to do it tactically, like you get that 5 in a row, and then
another person gets
that would be good because I went to Swansea in first year with Kieran and 2 other of our mates, and Swansea were winning 2-0 at half time.
I remember that.
But I've never been in a more dead atmosphere. Like you'd think Swansea are beating Manchester City 2-0 at half time in the FA Cup. You think it feels like Chelsea, whole place is buzzing. Everyone's chanting. Nothing. It was so strange because you think they're in the championship as well, so you'd think maybe they'd be louder. You know, Welsh people are quite loud people.
Yeah.
Like
nothing.
It was really strange.
It's so weird, that, isn't it?
Yeah, sorry, I've just.
What are you looking at?
There's been a crash in F1. There's Bahrain Grand Prix today. Is the guys alive?
Let me see.
The
race has been stopped after a horror crash. What the hell?
So the race has been stopped after a horror crash involving Roman Grosjean. Haas driver's car hit the wall head on, exploded and split in two. Grosjean walked away, but is being taken to hospital. And then my mate Patrick has just put a thing on.
It's risky, isn't it? Let's have a look at this. How is this guy not dead?
Oh, watch.
Oh.
Should he be living?
No.
Do you want to send it me?
It's a testament to.
That is. Jeez.
See if you
put it to the screen.
Put it to the screen. I don't think you can see.
I don't even. Oh.
Yeah, just send it me, and I can even tweet it if you want.
That is. Oh.
Jesus. I think that's
mental.
I'm not friends with Patrick. Adding him. We'll see.
That is Jesus Christ.
That's intense.
Oh, Jesus.
Was that bad?
Testament to the safety of the cars now that someone can walk away from that. Because
true. That's what we were talking about in one of our podcasts with one of the F1 guys. Like the back when you think about how good all those old drivers were, if they messed up, they were dead.
Yeah.
Whereas
back in the day, you're dead. So.
Whereas nowadays you can head on, hit the wall at 100 miles per hour and walk away from it.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's a sobering moment for you.
Yeah, that is a very sobering moment. Blimey.
Yeah, I guess we'll move on to those questions you had written down.
Yes, I've got some questions for you about Ben. And I guess each other.
Some of
each other. Okay.
Who's the funny one?
Who's me? Clearly. No, watch it. I'm hilarious. Why? Okay, you've got to give reasons.
Yeah, I want introduction, discussion, and conclusion.
I'm the one who makes people laugh in the house.
That's not true.
It is.
But it's not true.
Well,
you did know. He does make people laugh. But I'm funny.
No, we're both funny, but like.
I love making people laugh.
We kind of all.
We're all jokers, aren't we? Really, in the family.
Make each other laugh.
But I love, there's something about making people laugh. It brings people together.
It's not like one person who's the funny one. Like, we're all to make each other laugh.
You bounce off each other.
Yeah. The difference is I play characters, so I'll just do stupid stuff as a character. So I'll be like an old woman or whatever, and you're quick-witted. But you have off days, and then you have days where you're just like.
There's some days that I just can't be arsed, and then other days like I'm just like dead.
It's just reeling them off. I'm like,
I've got a quick question. I just saw a tweet. What's the halo in the F1 cars?
It's the thing that in the cockpit, the drivers in the cockpit, there was a new thing it's like this metal bar that comes up and then goes around.
Okay.
Head.
So it stops things from hitting your head.
Okay.
Did that protect him?
Yeah. So apparently, no debate now. The halo has saved a life today, no question.
Right.
And then someone said, "Looks do not matter now. Human lives are way more important." And John just retweeted it saying, 1,000%. Do we need any more reasons to forget how ugly they are?
Yeah. They're not. I don't even think they're that bad, to be honest.
No.
There's a thing previous that it wasn't as bad, but a car is Leclerc, I think he was going around a corner. It was like the start of the race, and another car was going, and he got flicked up by another car and went flying over, and it touched the top of the halo. And went over him.
So what's the argument that visually they're not nice to look at?
People say they're not that nice to look at.
But genuinely, it doesn't matter, does it? If it's going to save someone's life.
They're sskeptical at how much it actually protected them. But
clearly today,
it's quite obvious that
the argument's over, isn't it?
I wasn't that bothered by them anyway. So. Yeah.
I also wanted to say, do you like our Christmas logo? Have you shown your sister yet?
I've not seen your Christmas logo. Like, yeah, I love it.
It's got it.
He's got a little Christmas hat.
The lion has a
The lion has a little Christmas hat, and also there's Christmas lights on it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, getting festive.
Getting festive.
Yeah. I was speaking to my girlfriend yesterday about it. My girlfriend is very much into Christmas, so I was like, oh, you know what? I'll make a Christmas logo.
What have you done?
Yeah.
This next question is a little more personal. Kieran asked me to ask it. This isn't off of me, but who's the disappointment in the family? It wasn't my question.
I mean, in terms of
No, you're not.
We're
God, so proud of you.
We're all got different.
We've all got different strengths, haven't we?
But in terms of sort of at school,
no, it's not a disappointment.
Nah, but in terms of at school, this is probably what he's alluding to. The teachers were like, "Why are you not like your siblings?" Basically, because my brother and sister were like, my brother's just really good academically anyway, and my sister is decent academically, but also works really hard to get A's and A stars and stuff. Or with me, I'm just not that. So I mean, with me, I wasn't that bothered.
Yeah, but you are so intelligent, but you do it's like bare minimum to get by.
Yeah,
that's kind of your.
I'm not gonna lie, that sounds like Kieran.
Yeah. I mean, so I'll get onto that actually. So, but yeah, I just I'm not that bothered. So I got like B's. I got all B's basically.
Or GCSE.
Yeah, but like every teacher that had taught my brother or sister were like, why are you not like your siblings?
Because you're not us.
Yeah.
Like,
so like
that's often a mistake that teachers can make, though, isn't it?
They think you, and like, well, no, you're
so
like,
you're a different human being.
Yeah.
Just because one is amazing at you're amazing at football, and I'm shocking. Like,
yeah, well, I mean, I was good at PE and Mark.
And Mark, no way.
But like, so like the music teacher, in an attempt to try and make me into music,
because
made
Mark
me gifted and talented in music, even though I had no interest in it, couldn't be arsed with it at all, didn't care.
Do you remember when I did your
so
art
I ended up giving it a back.
Do you remember when I did your art homework?
The art teacher was like, why are you not like that? So I got Nat did my homework once, Kieran did my homework once. There was a task in lesson that I couldn't be asked doing, and then there was a girl in class who had done hers and was like, do you want to do it for me? I was like, all right. She did it for me.
Did you get gifted and talented in art as well, Phil?
No, well, because of the artwork that Kieran did for me, I was put on a list of possible gifted and talented for art.
Which is jokes, because you should see.
Kieran, I know Kieran he likes to draw, but I didn't know he was that good.
I mean, he's not like
amazing.
Top
Picasso. He's not Picasso.
He's half decent at it, yeah.
Yeah, because he likes to draw the odd wolf in his notebook or whatever.
Yeah.
You ask Ben to draw anything, and it is honestly like a 6-year-old's drawn it.
Who else? The history teacher I didn't like at all, but she was like, why not like? And I ended up, she left anyway, but I ended up switching from history to geography for GCSE because I didn't like her that much. And then she ended up leaving.
It's crazy how much teachers can influence your feeling of a subject.
And then my science teachers were like, why are you not like your siblings?
Just have big shoes to
fill. And they were like, they were like, you're not going to get more better than a C. And I was like, well, I got a B, so screw you.
I was going to say, there you go, prove them wrong.
So there's a teacher called Miss Hattersley who liked me and Kieran, and then she realised that me and Kieran didn't revise.
Is that science?
And then she couldn't stand us then. And also she I think she got pregnant, so her hormones were all over the shop. So then she was really she used to be really sound, and then she went really weird.
Got pregnant and got weird.
But, I mean, she was still all right, but she definitely soured towards us.
Soured.
Yeah.
Her opinions soured.
Yeah. But yeah, that in terms of that's probably what he's alluding to.
Yeah, that was a very direct question, wasn't it? You knew right.
But yeah, we've all got own strengths and
So as I said, not my question.
No, it's a good question. It's a good question. But yeah, we've all got our own interests, so like Mark's.
I mean, you never know. You could be a Sky Sports pundit in the next 3 years.
You never know. Blue Pod gets picked up as a Sky podcast thing now.
That would be flipping insane if that happened.
But yeah, so like Mark's into.
I think we're quite unique in the fact like we're all very similar but very different as well.
Well, in terms of our interests, anyway.
And we just support each other in everything.
Yeah,
like
whatever.
I don't think anyone.
So Mark's into
we couldn't disappoint each
music,
other.
and then obviously he's got his sound.
I was told I should have asked him about the Facebook thing.
Yes. So that was his sound technology thing. Yeah. I mean, what we spoke about in sound technology, that was the Facebook thing, really.
Okay.
So yeah, that's why he went over to America for 6 months to basically carry on working on that, and get paid a mad amount for doing what he was doing anyway. But yeah, so he's got the sound technology and music. Nat's into acting, music,
prancing around the stage.
Musical theatre, yeah.
I mean, that's a bit like my mum. She did ballet at the Royal Academy Dance London, I think it was. So yes, my mum's into the dancing. My sister's a singer, and I'm just kind of average at just everything.
And I'm average.
Yeah, my dad was in a band. Wrote his own songs, same like my sister. But I'm good at maths, so that's pretty much all I got on my family.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So yeah.
Well, we brought you a drum kit.
I'm into
once, didn't we?
Football, and I like listening to music, but I'm not like into
musically
playing.
inclined.
Yeah. But yeah, like Mark, Nat, and my dad are very musical. Because my dad's in a band. My brother is in a band actually. My brother's in a band as well.
He's been in many.
And then Nat does a singing stuff. Like she does gigs and that around this area. Obviously, not so much recently, but yeah.
Cry.
But yeah, it's like they do a bit of music together sometimes as well. Like just like a little bit of fun. So, yeah.
The sibling band or whatever.
Yeah.
Minus me, but
minus. You can have the triangle.
Yeah. One that got away.
Yeah. But yeah. I did. You did get me a drum kit, and I didn't mind it for a bit.
You were all right. You were pretty good.
I couldn't really be asked with it anymore.
As with most.
Yeah, I dropped drums as well. I think that was more my teacher though. Than he wanted me to be a percussionist more than a drum kit.
Right. Yeah.
Anyway, I think we should move on from that question before I start hurting your feelings anymore. If you could meet anyone, alive or dead, who would it be?
I'll let you answer for this.
Me? I don't know.
I'm trying to think, man.
It's quite cliche, but I'd actually love to meet Lady Gaga. I think the amount of different guises that I think she's so clever. A lot of people don't like her, but I think she's so clever in what she does.
Yeah, I don't really.
And if you look at like her different, she can put her hand to so many different styles of like singing, and because as a singer as well, her voice, she can change it. So like I love to sing jazz, and she's done like a jazz album, and then but she's in the charts, and she changes up her appearance so much as well, and I love doing that. And just she's such a fighter for people's rights, and just I just think she's amazing. I'd love to just have a conversation with her and pick her brains.
I'm trying to think, mate. There's not really anyone that I like bother with that much.
Not anyone that he's. Really, this is the thing. He ain't bothered about anything.
I don't
care
really
about anything.
I don't really have that many passions. Trying for me,
footballers, musicians.
Yeah, I mean, I can always send you this list so you can ask me and Millie when we do the podcast. Just
Yeah,
with us.
I think nah. I'll probably. I don't know. It's like that cliche, that though, isn't it?
Who? What? No.
No. Oh, Liam Gallagher. That'd be cool, wouldn't it?
Liam Gallagher.
But I was going to say Messi, but yeah, I'll go with Liam, shall I? I think it'd be pretty cool to meet
Have some
Liam.
bants with Liam.
Yeah.
I bet he'd be good fun to go for a pint with.
Yeah, definitely. Give him a guitar and he'll start playing a bit of folk from his first album.
Just gets the guitar out.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go with Liam. Although Messi's up there.
Fair enough. Do you remember Ben's first crush?
Your first crush, I think.
Messi.
Did you say Messi?
Yeah.
The first memory I have, I don't know if it was a crush, but it was definitely like an infatuation, is when I was in primary school and we did a show called Snow White and the Seven Jockeys. It was jockeys, yeah.
Oh, if he said junkies, I was like, what?
7 junkies.
Not primary school.
That's not primary school. It was like a Roald Dahl adaptation of, I don't know, but anyway. And you came to watch, and the girl who played the magic mirror, she's called Neve, and you just, oh my god.
Yeah. I mean, she's a.
You just.
She's a model now.
You just loved her so much. Like we had to get a picture of him stood with her at the end of the show. Like you just.
And bearing in mind, I was I like 6?
You were. I mean, I was in primary school,
Yeah,
so
so
you were like tiny. You were small.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it was a crush, but you just loved her.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think like proper, like a crush.
I love how he's already put in. She's now a model.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
See,
no, she did
she's
do
modeling, but she's a lawyer now.
I'm pretty sure she's a lawyer now.
Even in that.
Oh, she's got looks and brains.
Tiny Ben knows.
Even
modeling
then,
a lawyer.
I was a good scout. You know what I mean?
Planning ahead.
But I don't know whether that was like a crush. I don't. You have a crush.
I guess that I guess that can count. Yeah.
That can count. Do you not want to tell me who your first crush was?
No, because I can't remember.
That's how bad his memory is.
I don't remember stuff.
What about recently? You like watching all the Spanish Netflix shows, don't you? For all these Spanish ladies.
Saucy.
Lady.
Very spicy.
Why do you sound like Borat?
It's
probably
who's Alba? What's she called? She's called Alba. The actual character.
Lydia.
We talked about her a lot.
That show finished a while ago now.
Which show's that?
I don't remember.
It was a Spanish show on Netflix. Just type in Spanish shows, it might come up.
Yeah, he likes the Spanish ladies, don't you?
Is that the bank robber one or?
No.
I don't know.
What was it about? So there's Money Heist, Elite.
It was based in Madrid, I think.
During Money Heist, Elite,
during the Spanish Civil War or something.
Getting on the Google.
Grand Hotel.
No, I don't think it was that.
La Catedral del Mar.
I have no idea.
It could be that. I don't know.
In 14th century Barcelona, serfs determined climb to wealth and freedom in kids.
The Chicas something.
The Chicas.
It's set in the Spanish Civil War, I think. I don't know.
I don't know. He watches a load of Spanish shows for the women, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. There's a.
Is it All You Want?
No. There's another Spanish show. What was it called now? It was set in the Moroccan War or something. I don't know.
You like your war then?
Well, not.
He does actually.
I mean, it's not like it's not like it's not.
Things.
Yeah, I like historical. I don't look for I don't type in war and choose one of them. But
war.
I do like historical things. Yeah.
You watch a lot of historical based dramas and also
Mm.
historical documentaries.
Yeah.
Don't you?
Yeah.
I spoke to you. I think was it your brother when you were speaking about the football documentary?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, the football show. The football show. Yeah. The English.
Yeah, I still haven't watched that yet.
Like,
I need to.
It is good that if you're interested in like the history of sort of.
Is that on Netflix?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The history of the actual sort of the game of football.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah.
All right. This is an interesting question next. What is one thing you've never told Ben?
Is this have you never told me your first crush? Is that what? Yeah.
I'm sure I've told you who my first crush was, but you won't remember.
What was it then?
It was a guy at primary school called Matthew. And I remember walking to school, and I'm pretty sure he gave me an umbrella, which was like a Forever Friends umbrella. And I was like,
friend zoned.
Oh, I know completely. I was like, okay.
Anyway, what's something
something I've never told you. I tell you a lot.
Yeah,
I tell you most things. To be honest,
we got an open relationship.
I tell you. I can't think of anything I've not.
The one, I mean, the story I can think of, but I think I've told you it anyway. Is I've been I've been drunk to the point of being sick twice.
Yeah, I know that.
But I've told you.
And I've missed it,
only twice.
Only twice.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, same.
Kiz was there for one of them.
I've not been present for either of these, and I'm so.
I can't believe it's only been twice. You need to come to Swansea, mate.
He's gonna be like, right, we're gonna get you, dude.
Yeah, but I'll be on your level as well, so it's fine.
We're gonna double that within 3 days.
Oh, man.
But yeah,
mate, we'd quadruple it, mate.
Yeah. So the first time Kiz was there, it was like a house party somewhere, and I was supposed to be staying at one of our friends called James, that was living like it was like an half an hour walk away. But I was completely gone, and we had to walk up this really long road to get to the main road to walk to James's, and I was just swaying all over the shop up the road, and then they were going chippy, so I was sat in chippy, and I was like, I'm gonna be sick, so I pegged it outside and was sick. And I was like, I'm not going to make it to James's. And there's another one of our mates called Jake.
I'm not going to make it.
Go on without me.
Go without me. Good soldier never leaves a man behind.
Another one of our mates called Jake who lived around the corner from the chippy. So I ended up staying there. And credit to Jake and his family. Like, so I was chilling at his, and I was sick again in his toilet. And like Jake was proper sound about it. It was like, oh, it's calm, whatever, I don't really care. And then his parents in the morning were like, oh, is someone being sick here? And I was like, oh yeah, sorry.
It was me.
And they were like, oh,
who wakes up in the morning like the Waking Dead, and he's like, oh, sorry.
And they were like, oh, we'll get you drink and stuff. I was like, all right, cheers.
Aww.
Cheers. And yeah, and then Jake was laughing at me like, oh, you're a messy member sort of thing, because I'm not really known for like drinking loads anyway.
Oh.
And then the second time,
I've got many a story about Kieran.
Oh, I've got stories of him when he was at house parties and stuff. Yeah, second time I was with my uni mates and we were playing beer pong. And so yeah, doing beer pong, and I had some shots in that. And I was like, right, I'm got to go home now. And I was like, they were like, yeah, the bus stop's just down the road. You get the bus into town, and then you can get the train from. And I was like, I've got no chance of doing that.
Getting on public transport can be the worst thing.
So I left, and I was like on their road, and I was swaying about, and I was like, right, I just got to call an Uber, man. So I got an Uber, and I was like,
you tried to in the Uber?
No. So I was silent. Because I was like just looking like in the
concentrate.
Just focusing on not thundering.
Yeah, looking at like in the top corner of the car or something. And then I got there and got to the house, and I was like trying to stand up straight. And my mum opened the door. I was like, Mum, I'm a bit gone here. So
I can't believe I missed this.
I came into the house. I was just lying on the floor of the living room, and then I was like, I'm gonna be sick. So I ran upstairs. I was sick, and I was just lying on the floor of the bathroom. My mum was like, "I had fun then," and then I was sick again in the toilet, and then I was like, "Oh, all right." And then I'd literally just hit the pillow, and I was gone. So those are 2 times, but I've told you about that. Anyway,
you told me about those. Yeah, I know about those.
That's a fun story for you.
Okay, I don't think there's anything that you don't know.
No, I mean, I've probably forgotten about it. But
that's it. Even if you can tell you anything because you don't remember it.
Yeah.
We are like again. It's unusual about siblings. We are close. Like
Kieran will say this that I'm not really known for drinking. So that's probably why I've only been sick twice. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, me and Kieran have got we've got a long list of drinking games and options. I mean, Cam and Fab have made up one up now with dice. So I mean, I think it come off now, but on Friday night I've had a I Love the Blues because Kieran's team's is the Blues drawn on my chest.
Nice.
Didn't really come off properly, but it is what it is.
Amazing.
It is what it is.
Amazing.
Yeah. Friday because so obviously we had our first game of the season, and then we went to the pub afterwards, and to celebrate, I guess. And we do nominations. So in your team, we have a group chat, and so I'm the captain, so I often have to start it, and you can nominate 3 people, and then each time when they do their pint, they nominate 3 people. It just so happened that because I'm the captain, every time someone was doing nominations, I was picked.
Oh God.
So about 7 pints, so I downed about 7 pints. And I think in the meantime, obviously, like drunk about 4 or 5 drinks as well, just casually. I don't remember past 12 o'clock.
I can't really remember much else. Just cash.
Yeah. Well, there's I'll send you a video. Did Kieran send you the video of him coming into my room on the Friday night?
No.
I'll send it to you later. So I was fast asleep in bed. Cam and Kieran. So we went back to Cam and Fab's. Fab disappeared because he also was gone. He's in my team, so I picked on him a little bit, and I can handle. I'd like to say I can handle my drink better than him.
Yeah.
Because I remember he was sat there. It's like, Tom, if you nominate me, I'm gonna kill you. So then I was like, okay, it's fine. Cam did instead.
I saw a video on your story of kids. Did he had a beer and then put a shot?
Yeah, so he had a Desperado. He put pims in it.
Oh no! He didn't finish it though, did he?
But Kieran, he's not very good at downing.
He must have been absolutely rank, like anyway.
Oh so. Yeah, mate. Some of the things I've drunk at uni is questionable. Yeah. But yeah, I basically I came back home, fell asleep. Kieran and Cam come back here. I'm lying on my back in my bed topless. Kieran walks in, they're filming. I'm fast asleep. Slaps straight on my chest.
Oh, dude.
I don't remember it. That's the good thing, though.
You don't remember it. It's all right. Don't worry.
Yeah, I didn't feel it.
The worst I've been was at my mate's 20. Was it? It must be his 21st. I honestly think something must have gone on because I didn't drink that much. So it was like a grandma and granddad's themed party because musical theatre students, you always have to dress up and there always has to be a theme. And so me being me was like, I'm just gonna be hilarious. So I was wearing a nightie and slippers and I had like a single curler in my hair and I did my makeup like at the beginning of the night. I was like, my lipstick was up here and I had bright blue eyeshadow on because like this is gonna be so funny. And I carried a mug around. This was like at the house party and people were just filling this mug up with anything. So I think that might be part of it, is that I didn't drink a lot, but I must have mixed a lot of stuff. And then we went, I can't remember where we ended up going. I went to uni in Blackpool. So I think we went to a place called Walkabout. And
Yeah, that's a chain of
Walkabout, yeah.
yeah.
Like,
There's one in Swansea.
Australian. There's one in
Yeah. There's one in Bournemouth as well, actually, as well. Yeah.
So we went to Walkabout, and then Adam, my friend whose birthday it was, asked me to take a photo of him, and he'd brought a camera. It was like a digital camera, and I dropped it, and then he got a bit upset. So then I got upset, and I was like, I needed a wee. Went to the toilet. Like, bearing in mind, I hadn't had anything to drink actually in Walkabout. Went to the toilet, and I just passed out. Like, I was sick. I sat on the toilet, passed out. So like my hands were in my own sick because I was like keeled over. And I remember hearing some of my mates come into the toilet, and I wanted to shout them, but I couldn't. It was really weird. I was like, I just couldn't. And then the next thing I remember is someone having to bash the door down of the toilet and escort me out. Bear in mind, I'm the same as Ben. I don't drink a lot. Some escorted me out, and then I was like, right, well, I'm gonna have to get a taxi home. And I'd gone out with a £20 note, which somehow had disappeared. I hadn't bought anything, so I was like, right. So I was like, right, you need to take me to a cash machine on the way home. So we did, and I forgot how to use a cash machine. I just forgot. I remember staring at it and like pressing buttons, and I was like, it's like, oh my god. And so I turned around and I was like, it's broken. It's broken. This cash machine is broken. And the taxi driver was like, don't worry about it.
It's job you had a nice taxi driver.
Mate, I know. It could have been I was in such a vulnerable position. It wasn't good actually looking back, but I'm here, so nothing happened.
Your lucky stars.
Yeah, absolutely. And he was like, don't worry about it. And then he chatted some rubbish about it. He was like, oh yeah, all of the cash machines reset or something. And I was like, he was trying to make me feel better. So he took me to another cash point, and he got out of the taxi and stood like 2 meters behind me. I realized now he was just, making sure I was okay. But I thought he was trying to steal my PIN. So I'm like being so suspicious. Oh God. So yeah, managed to remember how to use a cash machine.
Yeah. Apparently, I don't know how true this is, but apparently mixing drinks is like that causing you to be more drunk is a myth. Apparently, it's just.
I heard that.
If you're mixing drinks, you're more likely to be drinking more, which is
honestly,
you're drinking more percentage of alcohol. So let's say you have a bottle of wine and then multiple shots. It's because you've had multiple shots in a bottle of wine. That's a lot of alcohol, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know how I was in. I look back and I'm like, it doesn't compute. And then I was sick when I was at home. Bearing in mind as well, I was dressed as an old woman. Like this, I don't even want to think about the woman who had to bash the toilet door down. Me in a nightie and slippers and like, oh God, it would be awful. And then, so I was sick in my sink, and I had a rehearsal the next morning. So I put my nightie, everything I was wearing, I just put in a plastic bag, went to the bin across the street from where I lived, put all my clothes in the bin because they were full of sick, and I was like, can't deal with that. Walked to uni and did a rehearsal.
That's like, I mean, just before I say 2-1 now.
2-1.
Yeah. But yeah, like my sister's uni was quite different to normal uni in the sense, like, in normal uni, like, you have a couple of lectures there, a couple of lectures here. Because it was a musical theatre unit, it was like you were in 9 to 5
all day, every day.
Which is
it was intense.
A bit stupid.
It wasn't like a couple of hours lectures. It was
full on
classes, and then you had to do the written element as well.
It's because they mirrored like one of the, I mean, not saying Blackpool isn't, but like one of the proper reputable unis in London for it.
Yeah.
So they mirrored their course, so it was
full on.
Really full on.
The amount of contact
madness.
Time with the teachers was insane, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that might have been a good point to maybe wrap this up.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you guys want to cover?
But I'm the best, and he's stinks.
I guess the other thing that you were saying is something that I've ever done that actually never forgotten.
Yeah.
You never forgot.
Yeah. Is it something that's like nice or something that's like a bit?
Yeah. Either way. So I guess I was going to word it. Is there something Ben's done which will never let him forget?
Yeah. So we'd done a show.
Oh yeah.
It was like a
variety.
It's like a variety show thing, and it'd been recorded.
Yeah.
And it was on a video, wasn't it?
I had to sing of Chronic Lying when I was younger.
It was on like a video, and you'd gone down during the morning when you were watching like kids TV, and somehow, I don't know how,
I was just messing about
like he does. He'd recorded over the show, and instead of just saying, "Oh, I've messed up here,"
so me worrying and being a liar,
he put it in the bin.
I put it in the bin, and for a week I was like,
and I came down, and I was like, I don't know where the video is, where, and like we asked him multiple times, and he was like, not seen it, dunno. And you kept that up for ages, but I kept getting, because I was the last person to have seen it. You were like, well, what have you done with it now? And I was like, nothing. It was in the player when I went to bed. Like, I've done nothing. And you were just like, well, there's nothing about it.
I've not seen it.
It was the length of time that you kept this up for was insane, and then it really weird. So then Mum
had a dream
being like, look in the outside bin. Where I don't know. This is what Mum says. She was like, yeah, I just had this dream, and I was like, I got to look in the bin outside. So she did.
It was there.
And it was there.
And I got.
So then you got into big trouble.
And
even more trouble. It was because, and it wasn't even about what he'd done. It was the fact that he had
lied. So
kept it up for so long.
Yeah, but he almost got away with it. Let's be honest.
I know.
I remember.
If Mum hadn't had that weird dream.
My dad doesn't get angry often, but I remember Dad coming in, and he'd just come in with the shopping, and they just found out. I remember him throwing the bags of shopping down and going, "Yeah," and I was like, "Shit!" and ran into. I ran to the toilet and locked the door, and I was like,
it's like when Sonic's like legs start spinning really quickly, he just runs up the stairs or whatever.
I think when you have like a parent that doesn't get angry at all ever, and when they're angry, you're like, oh my god, I have really messed up here.
Yeah, I mean,
is that when you had like a mate round for tea? I always used to do this. You had a mate round for tea, and you used to kind of push your boundaries a little bit with your mum and dad because your mate was here. And you're like trying to be big or whatever, and then as soon you just know that you're going to be.
You know when you push slightly too far, and they're going to have a chat with you afterwards.
You stood at the door saying bye to your mate, and you're like, "Please don't go, bye."
Take me with you.
As soon as the door closes, I'd be like, run to my bedroom and just like.
One other time that I can think of, but this wasn't really relating to Nat as much, is I remember I used to have a PSP. And there was these couple of games, and I was like, oh, I thought they were free, and I was like, oh, I fancy playing these. It was for something else. Didn't realize that it cost money, and for some reason the card was linked already, so it charged the card straight away for these two games. And I was like, shit. So then I pretended that we had been hacked or something.
It's another and
I kept it up for a week.
Again, it's another thing that you just kept up for weeks. So they saw this money come out of their account and was like, what's going on? And they asked you, didn't they? They were like, have you done anything? And you were like, no. So we honestly thought that
been hacked, so
something was going on.
Yeah, so I kept it up for weeks, and it ended up coming out, and I got absolutely
you just didn't learn from your mistakes.
But I had this thing of just like chronic lying.
You just didn't want to get in trouble, but you didn't realize that the more you lied,
the
worse you would be in more trouble for it.
Yeah, and I'm not like that anymore.
No, fingers crossed.
But it was wasn't good.
Have I ever done anything that you're never going to let me forget?
No.
You don't remember, do you? You don't remember
anything? I mean, I think something that I'll never let Mark forget is, so we had some friends over
Oh, was this when you ran in the?
Yeah. We had some friends over, and they were leaving, and Mark was like, "Oh, I need a Waz or something."
I need a Waz. I'm pretty sure Mark.
That's such a northern thing as well. You and Kiz are the only two people I know that say that.
Really?
Yeah.
Only northerners, you know.
Yeah. Well, like basically, yeah.
So
The most northern of the people I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to get bullied for being posh.
Yeah, I ran upstairs, turned the lights on at both the toilets, and closed the doors as if two people are in the toilet. So my brother went upstairs and was like, "Oh, there's people in." So he was sat on the stairs for ages waiting.
He thought they were both occupied.
For people to come out the toilet, and I just like left him to it.
So mean.
And then I was like, "Mark, you do know we're all downstairs?" And he was like, "Shit." So he's like, and then he ran into the toilet.
So mean.
But it was one of my proudest moments.
Proudest moments.
One of my proudest achievements. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Good trip.
Yeah.
Shall we finish off with the Chelsea and Spurs teams have been released just now?
All right, yeah.
Go for it.
All right, so we've got it's just the normal. Okay, Mendy, Silva, Zuma, Chilwell, James, Kante, Kovacic, Mount in midfield. No Havertz starting. That's interesting. Abraham, Werner, Ziyech. So he's gone with the team that's been working recently. Not a bad. Have you seen the bench as well? Chelsea bench. Not a bad bench, I have to say.
It's 2-2 United now.
Are you serious?
Oh,
that's a pretty handy bench, too, huh?
Yeah.
Except from
Havertz, Giroud, Pulisic, Jorginho, Dave, Ruddy, and we don't count Kepa, do we? We have a keeper who is really bad.
Signing for 72 million as well.
Really bad.
Why is he what?
Oh God.
He was good for us for his first season with us, and then last season he was just shambolic.
Stinking.
Oh God.
Awful.
So you just glaze over him. You don't even count him.
Yeah, no, he was shocking. And I think we got a keeper this transfer window for 20 million. I think he's had the most clean sheets in the Premier League so far now.
Yeah, he's quality.
Yeah, so it's like
crazy money. You know, when
it's
you
still,
talk about
20 million.
It's like we bought someone for 72.
Yeah,
who's been shocking, and they bought someone for 20.
Who's actually done?
I was just gonna say, I know even just 20 mil is mad money.
It's mad money. I always think this when you're talking about like players and stuff. I'm like, I can't even imagine that kind of money.
For a crap player as well, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah. That's good for us. I think for Spurs anyway. So I got Lloris, Reguilon and Dyer are solid, obviously, but Joe Rodon and Aurier are going to be.
Aurier's all right going forward.
Shocking defensively, though.
Yeah. But he's a baptism by fire for Rodon, isn't it?
Yeah, that's definitely baptism of fire for him.
Sometimes I think that can be the best way, though.
He might
with our front three, though.
You never know. It might just make him. Might be the making of him.
Yeah, but Aurier's against Werner, and I don't know. Yeah, maybe. But obviously, the rest of the team, the usual: Højbjerg, Son, Sissoko, Bergwijn, and Ndombele and Kane.
Surprised Bale's on the bench again, but
I think Bergwijn's been doing really well.
Fair enough.
So and Bale's injury prone, so I think he's still kind of making sure he's fully fit before giving him a good start. He'll come on, obviously.
Yeah,
and he does love. Bale does like a goal against Chelsea as well. He does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, just thought we could finish on that. Still saying same score predictions.
Yeah.
Even with that questionable defense of.
I think maybe Aurier might be.
Rodon.
A weekend, but I think Rodon, from what I've heard about him, he's supposed to be decent, so I think he might step up.
Yeah, but Ziyech, Werner, and Abraham.
It's still a difficult game for your first game, but it'll probably
It's his first start for Spurs.
Yeah.
Because Alderweireld. What's happened to Davinson Sanchez, by the way? Is he just completely fallen out of favour?
He's just been in poor form, hasn't he?
Yeah. That's not a bad bench for them though, as well.
Yeah.
Vinicius, Moura, Bale, Lo Celso, Davies, Sanchez, and Hart.
Not too shabby, Alonso.
Fair enough. All right. Well, it's been a pleasure having you on.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. It's been lovely.
He has been very lovely. I've learned a lot about Ben.
Yeah,
just on a.
It's your turn tomorrow.
It'll be a decent game later as well. Arsenal Wolves.
Yeah, well, it should be because well, Cam's an Arsenal fan, so maybe I can persuade him to watch the game with me. But yeah, it's been a pleasure having you on.
I know, you're frozen.
Yeah,
I love this.
I
love when people freeze and they're in like.
Yeah, I don't know why it happens. It happens every so often. You've actually completely frozen.
I think it actually got.
Are you still there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
You're still there. You're still
there.
Yeah,
still there.
Yay! At least it happened right at the end.
Yeah, exactly. Well, before it starts getting too worse, let's wrap this up. Yeah. Thank you for coming on, and thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give it some love by putting liking it and commenting down below. Where if you're new around here, 750 is the goal before the end of the year. So yeah, and check out the merch. The blackout line is still available, obviously, because no one's actually bought an item yet. Well, we'll see you guys Thursday at 4 p.m. with my sister, hopefully. So yeah, see you guys soon.
You'll be buying something.
Oh,
you'll be buying something.
Yeah, I'll be buying something maybe at Christmas, but not yet. All right, see you guys Thursday.
Bye.